Hello all, this video will be explaining the first topic of engineering science for Year 9. Firstly, we need to understand what do prefixes do. Prefixes are symbols that you put in front of a unit to multiply the number by a power of 10. They are shown on the table. For example, if you had 12 megawatts, that is equal to 12 times by 10 to the power of 6 watts, which equals 12 million watts, or 1.2 times by 10 to the power of 7 watts in standard form. Next, current. In a circuit, there is current passing through. Current is the rate of flow of charge. It is shown with this equation, Q equals I times by T, or I equals Q divided by T, where Q means charge, measured with coulombs, with symbol C, I means current, measured with amps, with symbol A, and T means time, measured with seconds, with symbol S. Therefore, we can see that the more charged particles, electrons, that flow past a point in a circuit, the greater the current is. Next, potential difference, also known as voltage. Potential difference is the electric potential energy given to every coulomb of charge passing through a cell or battery. The formula for voltage is V equals E divided by Q, where V means potential difference, measured with volts, with symbol V, E means electric potential energy, measured with joules, with symbol J, and Q means charge, measured with coulombs, with symbol C. Next, circuit symbols. These are the circuit symbols you should know for the GCSE physics exam. Next, resistance. Resistance is the measure of the opposition of current. Resistance is caused by collisions between electrons and the particles, ions, that make up metal. Therefore, the longer a piece of wire, the higher the resistance, because the electrons collide with more atoms. In a resistor, the electrical pathway transforms into a thermal store, heat. This is where the kinetic energy of the electrons in the current converts into thermal energy. The equation for resistance in a circuit is V equals I times by R, where V means potential difference, measured with volts, with symbol V, I means current, measured with amps, with symbol A, and R means resistance, measured with ohms, with symbol omega. Next, reading the resistor colors. On a resistor, there are colors on 4 bars that tell you what is its resistance, and what tolerance it has. Usually gold, silver, and no color are used for tolerance, and is shown on the last bar. The rest of the colors show the resistance, in ohms, with the first 2 bars representing the number, and the third bar representing the multiplier. For example, if we look at the resistor on the top, it has brown, black, red, and gold. That means 1, 0, 100, and plus or minus 5% tolerance. To find the resistance, 1 and 0 make 10, and 10 times 100 is 1000. So the resistor has 1000 ohms. Next, measuring current. Ammeters are components used to measure current in a circuit. They go in series. In a parallel circuit, if an ammeter goes on a branch, it would just show the current of that branch. Also, as seen on the diagram, A1 equals A2 plus A3. Lastly, measuring potential difference. If you want to measure voltage, you would use a voltmeter. They go in parallel to the components they are measuring. In series circuits, when connecting the voltmeters, the voltage of the components all add up to voltage of the cell or battery. In parallel, in each branch, all the components add up to the voltage of the cell or battery. Therefore, each branch has the same voltage as each other, and all branches have the same voltage as the cell or battery.